intended to record some really nice, really aesthetic espresso ASMR because I'm pretentious as heck. And this is what happened and why I'm laughing at myself, not at Roy. That's what I get for being super pretentious. Anyway, now let's bring that coffee to my spinning wheel and spin for a little bit. The theme of this week is the rhythms of spinning and weaving. These two crafts, as well as knitting, are near and dear to my heart because of the way that they resemble music. I've selected some nice classical music, things that I learned in my previous career, to pair them with the spinning footage for you to enjoy for a minute. So please join me for a few minutes in this magical space in the triangle between hands, where hand-dyed fiber becomes yarn. You're listening to a piece from Gabriel Fauré's Dolly Suite. I played it in college as a piano for four hands kind of situation. This piece was originally written for violin and piano, and when it's split up into two piano parts instead, the top part is very simple and very easy, and it's a wonderful piece to play for a piano teacher and her student, which is exactly what I did. I'm spinning for some socks from the Super Sock base from Wound Up Fiber Arts. I love the way her colorways dye up, but I don't love the way my feet are so hard on this fiber. So after I finish up this braid that was in my yarn cabinet for the longest time, I'll probably try something else out for socks. More on this later. This week I was diagnosed with kind of like a walking pneumonia kind of situation. I've had walking pneumonia many, many times before. Pretty much anytime I get a cold, it turns into something that lasts for weeks and weeks and weeks. Don't know why I thought that I don't get them anymore. Don't know why I thought that I don't need help for them. But I've got my medications for that now, and I'm improving every day. So thank you for your patience. The sample mittens for this project are done, and it's gone off to tech editing this week, so I'll hopefully have the test call out for you next week. I really appreciate all the enthusiasm y'all have shown for this pattern. Claire's Playtime Mittens, a convertible mitten for all ages who like to play, and I can't wait to share more about it with you. This week I wound down my second warp ever. using Pearl Soho's beautiful linen quill fingering weight yarn. This is leftover yarn from when they sent me a lot of samples to make different color combos for the coloring book tea. I decided to use some of the leftover nearly full skeins for this warp because I wanted to use what I had before I bought more yarn, and also because they have a beginner-friendly pattern for this scarf, the Field Scarf, which was designed for rigid heddle, but which I was able to convert into a double scarf warp quite easily without any trouble at all. So I wound up twice the warp and used linen quill for my first scarf and this beautiful handspun yarn from my own handspun finished object collection for the second scarf. Okay, so this is my best scarf styling. Obviously, I need to work on that. I'm not much of a scarf wearer because I hate knitting them, so I think that's a new skill I'm gonna have to learn. Please drop any tips you have for me below because the situation is not good, but look at that fabric. I can't believe I made that. So a few days into my antibiotics course for my pneumonia slash lung infection slash whatever's going on in there, I had to make him a pumpkin pie because I had a pie pumpkin kind of lingering in my kitchen left over from November. They keep for such a long time, and I received it in my CSA, and what do you know? My CSA farm box came with another pie pumpkin this week. And I was like, okay, I gotta get some of these pumpkins out of my queue. Still horribly sick. Still using, no energy to make pie crust. So I used a pastry crust, an all butter pastry crust that I had already in my freezer, which is not ideal. I don't recommend it. It did not make for a very good pie, but it got eaten and the pumpkin got used up, and that's what's important. You can hear the dulcet tones of Bluey and Bingo in the background because my kids and I adore this TV show. The grip this show has on our household and many households with young kids, it's bananas. We love this show so much. I think this is one of the first children's show I've seen that really understands play and really understands like the full life of parents. Alright, so because of the endless spring fog, you can see here I spilled my filling. That's just what happens sometimes, and sometimes we make beautiful and delicious things. The crust did not crisp up. The filling has spilled, but it was delicious, and that's okay. This week I finished out the week with some charting and writing up proposals for companies that make yarn and magazines and so on. We try to keep it fun here though, and most days you can find me at my desk listening to music and kind of low-key dancing. Lately I'm really enjoying Sixth Musical. I hope you're having a really lovely day, and I will see you next week.